Hi, everyone. I think you can see me okay. I didn't have time to move my computer today. Let me turn on one more light. I couldn't find my other glasses either. That's a little better. Hi, everyone. Thank you for jumping over from the other thing. I just barely got it done, and I know you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to always do your premieres and get them set in advance so that people have a chance to see the notifications, and I didn't do that. But I wanted to, first of all, acknowledge what I received today, and then I wanted to go over, I've gotten so many great comments, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to do that. And I actually set up a folder on my laptop. Where did it go? There it is. It's called Today's Shoutouts. Okay, but first, I managed to get to the mailbox, and I received 2 packages and an envelope from Jack. The first is from Jennifer Parler, and it's kind of a lovely box with, I'm going to cover her address, but she's got all these beautiful birds or something. I don't know if that's on the tape. I guess she stamped that on top of the clear tape. Anyway, it's just lovely. Obviously, she has an artistic sense, which I always respond to. Just gonna, I got the other one hacked open, but I haven't done this one. Let me do this real quick. And it almost seems like it's a book rather than something else. I don't know. Oh boy, I should have done this, but I've just been rushing. I was trying to get that done because I have so many videos to finish. Oh, I think I have to open it from the back. That's hard to tell, actually. I can't find my X-Acto blade. That's missing. This is turning into a bit of a challenge. Yeah, that's the challenge. So I think I'm going to have to do something radical. Yep. Because sometimes the taped areas are even harder to open than the non-taped areas, depending on how well you package something. And she obviously packaged this very well. Okay, I'm in. This is a book of some kind. Let's see if that's everything. Yes. This is oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, wow. I don't know if a field guide. Oh, look at all these pictures. Oh my goodness. How it's stunning. National Audubon Society Field Guide to Birds, Eastern Region. Yes, we don't need the Western region because I don't live in the Western region anymore. Thank you so much, Jennifer Parler. And let's see what her card says. Oh dear. Can I read this? Let's see. Oh, that's just a very interesting piece of paper. Maybe she even made it this way. I don't know. It says she's got some Bible verses here. One is from Psalm 91:4. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. And Revelation 21:5. I am making all things new. Oh, how beautiful. Dear Kay, thank you so much for your wonderful videos. They are so very inspiring. And thank you for allowing us into your life as you enter a new chapter of your life, a new beginning. I pray all goes well for you. I thought you might enjoy identifying your new feathered friends at your beautiful new home. Blessings, Jennifer. That is lovely. Mwah. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And since I have this handy, I'm going to just point out that Jack, our friend Jack, sent me some seeds. I was a little short on eggplant, and I do love eggplant, and I love growing eggplant. And he sent me Black Beauty heirloom, long purple heirloom, and Listadia degandia, organic heirloom, and with instructions. And I really love that. I'm not good enough to do that, but I love it because what happens a lot is, I have all these seeds that I have saved myself, been given, and there's no instructions. And so I just kind of do everything basically the same way. If they're really, really fine, almost like powder, I just press them into a surface and try to keep that moist until they germinate. Most seeds go in about 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch. And the bigger seeds, obviously go in deeper. And it's not terribly scientific the way I do it. But sometimes it's really important. One thing I noticed today was a couple of the seeds. I read the instructions and it says must have light to germinate. So, because I don't have, well, I do now, but I hadn't had enough lights for all the things I've started. And so some of the things were underneath, sort of in the dark, waiting for germination to move them up into the light. And some plants won't germinate in the dark. So this is from, I got a big box here from, let's see, I just had it. Claudette Hannah, is it Hannah? Yes, Claudette Hannah from Lauderhill, Florida. And Claudette has been on the live streams before. And she has sent me a bunch of plants, evidently. That's a plant. I hope they're marked somewhere. And ooh, that's interesting. It's got little fuzzy stuff. No, I don't recognize that. It's 2 of those. And, this is, I wonder if that could be, no, I don't actually know what that is because it's got a striped stem. Does anybody know what that is? And maybe Claudette is on. Okay. And let's see. Oh, that's it. Okay. I'm sure there must be a note in there somewhere. Okay. Maybe she wrote it to me separately. I'm not sure. But thank you very much, everyone who sent me things. You've never eaten eggplant, Jack? I've been a late bloomer like most of my life, King, so it just feels the way it feels. I'm always late at everything. You are a volunteer. Kevin says he's a volunteer for the Audubon Bald Eagle Watch. How amazing. I saw one. I saw a bald eagle when I was up in Missouri at the, remember that? And it happened during the live stream. So I have no copy of it or anything. Let's see. Yes, thank you everyone for liking this live stream. And of course, I very, quickly I spent some time on it, but then I quickly uploaded the video that I got online right before this. So I hope you have a chance to go back and watch it. That was like the day when I was waiting and watching for the tornado that was expected. So now I want to go through some of these comments, and let's see. Oh, yes. I just wanted to acknowledge Rebecca because she is kind of a new neighbor of mine. And she was talking to me about the cracked concrete and how to get that fixed and everything. And boy, do I need to do that. This is from MH. MH, I don't know if you're on. And I don't know exactly what, I just took a screenshot of this. So I don't know exactly what we were looking at on screen when you wrote this comment, but you said your property looks a lot like yours. Dead ash trees everywhere from the emerald ash borer. And I am not able to distinguish an ash tree. I'm not sure what they look like. I ran outside and got cold. And so I need to familiarize myself, but he says they're making a comeback. And he's got a ton of 3 to 5 year old seedlings. And I'm wondering, did you see, if you see this, MH, did you see dead ash on my property or did you see seedlings? I hope so. And I wasn't sure I had multiflora rose. I know that is terribly invasive. Let's see. What I'm going to do with that, I hadn't mentioned this, but I hired a person to come and take down the 2 big threatening trees. They're actually leaning this way because they're pushed up on the hill. So they're leaning towards the house. They're very tall, and they're going to take out a big section of roof if they go down in one of these storms. So they're coming down, and then I've got a dead tree out on the road. And I have decided, after someone sent me a comment, or I think it was a link to a blog about how invasive and messed up these Bradford pears are. They have all these little seeds or something. The birds drop them everywhere. They come up everywhere. They're extremely weak tree. And not only that, they don't just cause a problem for themselves, but they are crossbreeding with pear trees, and it screws up everything. So it messes up everything. So anyway, that big tree, which looks like at any moment it could just collapse, is coming out, and I'm going to have. He brought another man up here that's got an actual forest mulcher, and he is going to clear out some of that mess over there on that side. You know, it was just kind of mowed and kind of pushed back and just left to go wild. And I want it to look better and be under more control. I still want to have a buffer between this property and that property, and that property's not far away. So I have to be very careful with that, but that's the plan. It's just that these people don't work, and neither can I get the French drain put in until the ground dries up, and it rains every week. So that's why I'm so behind on all of this. Let's see. Oh, hi, Denise. Thank you for concurring. Let's see. Thank you, son of a gun. He agrees also. Yes, I read that. They make good rootstock. So if I have a small one over there, of course, I don't know how to do that, but how do you do that? Do you just cut it off and then, well, I would have to research that. But maybe I could have a couple of fruit pear trees over there on the rootstock. What do you think? Instead of just having him plow that over, please let me know if anybody knows, because if he gets a chance to get back over here, I'm going to do it. Well, I'm not planting pear seeds, but I've got 2 pear trees out here. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Patricia. I think that I had such a great group on Sunday night at 5. I was thinking of changing my Sunday morning to Sunday night at 5. Tracy, does that work for you, or did Tracy already have to go? She just had 3 little babies. One of her goats or sheep had 3 babies. Hey, Lauren's garden in Berlin. It's wonderful. Yes, it's going to come down. Just grafted some thornless honey locust onto native thorned what, MH? Kevin, no, the big one, yes, for sure. I want to get that, like the stump ground down. I saw a sign on the road that said stump grinding, so I need to write that number down. No, there are some little ones back in the forest behind it, and but I mean, I can take them all out too. But I did read that they were good, that they were good rootstock. Okay, moving on. MH, I'm assuming that you heard me say that I read your comment about the ash, and I was wondering, I don't know if you had a chance to answer. Yes, but honey locust what? What is honey locust? I don't know what that is. Thornless honey locust are super easy to grow by seed. Oh, it's a tree. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. Ooh, I don't want thorns. I don't want a tree with thorns. Okay, Kevin. Hawthorn. I feel like I used to have hawthorn berry in my California garden. It had beautiful pink blooms. Does that sound right? MH, there is a time delay in the live, so I don't want the okay, okay, you grafted thornless honey locust onto native thorned. Okay, so you probably have thorns up to here and then no thorns above that. Hey, Dee, nice to have you. Lab Cat, take them down. You live near the nursery capital of the U.S. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to wait to the fall, everybody. I have so overwhelmed myself. I have planted so many things, and I just ran out. It took me 10 minutes just to pull all the trays and everything back in. And I think it was really too cold to take the cardinal climber. Looked like it looked so beautiful in the garage. And then I put it out kind of in the 55 to 60 degree weather today and did not look good. So I hope I didn't kill it. Hello, Martijan in Holland. I have not ruled out chickens, Martijan, but I'm not ready to handle jumping into that yet. Although my grass is really getting higher. He's asking me about if I am going to get chickens. My grass is getting higher, and I just keep thinking I'm going to call Patricia and to get her to bring me up. Hey, Patricia, can you just bring me up a couple of hair sheep for, like a week to eat all this grass? They would be so healthy. It's so, well, you saw it in the video, and it's even bigger now. It's even taller now. Okay. If somebody can help me identify the ash trees, that would be awesome. Let's see. Cheryl Fuller uses the Planting by the Moon guide from the Farmer's Almanac. Right now is a non-planting time. Now, this she wrote a few days ago. The 28th is the next planting time. Well, now we're at the 31st. I haven't planted anything in the garden yet because it may still freeze. It may freeze tonight. So everything that I've got ready to plant is still in containers of some sort and are in the garage going out. Some have hardened off pretty well and others have not. I mean, I think the potatoes, I've got a few scallions and garlic out there. They're staying out there. I could probably leave the potatoes out there, but let's see. Moving on. I had Derek A. Let's see. He's in Bowling Green. What was he was saying something. He says it's still too cold for those things. You got to wait until around May 1st before you plant those. So I'm not exactly sure what he was talking about now. And he's talking about the reality of storms in Tennessee. And Dinah LeSueur is recommending Jerry Landers of Hopalong Hollow channel. And she's got a lot of instructive yard gardening videos. I may be needing to check that out. Janice Woods says, Kaye, your videos are so relaxing. You're working yourself to the point of exhaustion, yet it is relaxing to me. Haha. I guess I feel so relaxed because your mood is always calm. You never get ruffled over things and you accomplish so much. I love your videos. Thank you so much for allowing us to follow you on your journey. You inspire me. That's awesome. Thank you, Janice. J Red says, you are an inspiration to me. You're always learning and trying new things regardless of age or expectations. Yes. And Karen is also in Tennessee. She is the I Am of Me channel, or that's her Google name. And she's warning me about the weather. Let's see. I wanted to acknowledge that we had over 200 peak concurrence. That's what YouTube calls people who tune into your live stream. Even if they check in for just a moment and go away, if it happens during, it all adds to your total of concurrence of people who are tuning in. So yes, JB, thank you. She said, well, okay, what was the advice of RT? That's actually D, Kevin. It's a lot easier to just say D, her name. Let's see. Yes, well, that's true, D, and I agree with you. I did have Jeff down here who gave me, I wouldn't say gave, I paid him for a consultation fee, and he came and we came up with a certain idea. But I've changed that a little bit because after he came, I met Justin, and Justin is so fantastic. As you could see in the first video of week 1. By the way, we're in week 3 and I still haven't edited week 2. So hopefully I'll have that out tomorrow. I really hope so. But we went over 200 on Sunday at 5 o'clock. So I'm thinking I should change my Sunday live stream to 5 o'clock. Does everybody agree? Oh, I didn't know that. Let's see where it jumped. Okay, Christina, thank you. Hmm. Famous artist. Well, I must know who she is then. And what did Shane say about chickens? Well, I know. I just you can leave them for a day or two if the weather's not freezing, right? You can leave chickens as long as they have food and water. You can leave them as long as they're in their pen and everything. But I don't know. Daryl takes them in every night, every single night. So, hi, Debbie. Yeah, I'm looking for a horticulturalist that would like to come and be a part of this late bloomer homestead experiment. Oh, last frost date is later in April. I didn't realize it was that long. But I mean, yes, but Daryl, don't you put your chickens up every night? And anyway, I can't remember when I've been on vacation. I mean, I haven't been one night away from this place since I got here, and it's already been 4 months. So I used to be traveling all the time. Let's see. Cynthia Hurry offered to send me, she has quite a collection of heirloom seed, and she's happy to send me a starter pack of anything that interests me as a garden warming gift. Thank you, Cynthia Hurry. And if anyone wants to send me something, if you send me live plants, be sure and send me an email through my contact page at latebloomershow.com, because I don't only go over there once a week and I don't want anything to die. So if you send me live plants, let me know. And if you care to send me something, my mailing address is Post Office Box 2358, Lebanon, Tennessee. That's 37088. Now, I want to talk about spraying fruit trees because I'm a little bit confused. Cammie, who sent me the lovely mug rug, remember, that's got Lyndon's picture on it. She says she sprays her apple trees with Bonide All Seasons Horticultural and Dormant Spray, which is approved for organic gardening. Now, I saw this comment originally, and I took a screenshot of it. And today I was going through everything to prepare for this. And I thought, well, let me just order that real quick on Amazon. But yes, I just ordered that. It's approved for organic gardening, and that she sprays her apple trees 4 times a year. She must have an orchard. Let's see. The most important time to spray is early April, just before trees break dormancy. This is what I want to talk about. What is breaking dormancy mean? Because it is not early April, and I've got flowers and now leaves on some of the trees. So what exactly is breaking dormancy? Because that would seem to indicate I already missed the opportunity to spray them the first time. And then she goes on to say the second time to spray is after blooming. And I guess if it's blooming now and then we get a big storm and it knocks off all the blooms, then blooming will be over. Third, midsummer, and then late fall. Spray at dusk when she's sure the bees have gone to bed. Now, on the other hand, Sharon in Delaware says she doesn't have a certified biodynamic garden, but she grows a biodynamic garden. She grows biodynamically. And I challenge you to say that word 5 times really fast, biodynamically. Let's see. She says she has an orchard of 15 fruit trees and hundreds of feet of berries. I spray nothing on them. I used to use dormant oil, which is what we were just talking about, but stopped. It kills all insects, even if it is an organic spray. So, what do you guys think about? Does everyone think about all of that? A fungicide? What fungicide? When Jeff was here, there were 2 cocoons. He told me what they were, and I forgot. They were different. One was on one tree and one was on another. He just squished it. Yes, I am sure they do, Lab Cat. There's so much to learn, and so much. I already feel like I'm getting it way over my head because I just want to plant everything. It's like being in prison for 8 years, and then all of a sudden you're free, and I have space. I don't have a lot of soil, but I mean it's not very deep, but I have space, and I want to plant everything. I want a pomegranate tree. I want persimmons. Oh gosh, I want everything. Cammie is here. Let's see. I used that organic copper fungicide one time. One time I used that. That was such a mess. I am telling you. I put it in the sprayer. It was too thick to go through the sprayer. It all settled in the bottom like sludge all along the sides. All of that is what was supposed to be on the plant. And, even though you're shaking it, and it never like really immersed with the water, whatever that word is. And I couldn't get it out of that thing. And I think I finally threw the sprayer away. So I said, I'm never using that again. That's just not worth it. There's got to be something better. Oh yes, I saw. There's a young woman who is a great a carpenter. She's a builder. She has a workshop. I forget her name, but I've seen a few of her videos, and she's so good with tools. And she built a chicken house that had some kind of an automatic door or something. I remember, and she showed how to do it and all that. You know, once I have a greenhouse and I have some of my plants in there. I mean, my dragon fruit cactus is growing finally. Can you believe that? When was that? August of last year? I did those cuttings. I had 5. Well, I had more than that, but I kept 5 cuttings, and then I gave away 3 of them to somebody. I can't remember if I gave one to Jack. I can't remember who wound up with those. But I've still got 2, and they're both growing. And I'm thinking, they're not going to do well outside here. Those need to be in a greenhouse. Of course, if it's not heated, then what is the point? Because it's going to be almost as cold in a greenhouse as it is outside. Maybe even the same. I don't know if it's even any warmer. So, and you can heat them with cob, but you got to feed that stove. And oh man, I don't know. Thank you, Christina. And that's very funny. Eat that garden elephant one bite at a time. Goat Gal says she sprays twice a year, once before the buds open. Now, the buds are open if it's bloomed, right? Yeah, obviously. So I missed that. My fig tree is still in a, Kevin, my fig tree is still in a pot right by the house, and they have not nibbled on it. And it did survive being in the pot in the snow for that whole week, when I obviously should have carried it into the house and into the garage and didn't. Why, I don't know. But it survived, and it's got life coming out of the, figs are amazing. But I haven't planted it out in the yard, and I'm not going to until we get the fence. So now that Justin has finished the raised beds, he added one more, so we have 8. Well, maybe you saw that in this video today. I think you did. But anyway, I had to buy more soil, more garden soil, which is like, it was soil with compost. I mean, I just didn't have time to go try to dig stuff up out of the forest and screen it out, and no. So I just bought it. So I'm going to have to be very careful about rotational growing, because it was almost impossible to do this in my California garden because it was so small. But I would grow tomatoes in the same place every year, and I had so many diseases, and I'm sure that contributed. So this year I'm going to have to put because memory's so bad, I'm going to have to put like a copper label screwed into the raised bed that says, tomatoes 2021. Move that over to another one for 2022 and that kind of thing. So I'm not, growing the same thing 2 years in a row. Tomatoes and potatoes, you can't do that. So let's see. Oh, Happy, that's so kind of you. Thank you so much. Anybody who cares to give me a super chat donation, haven't had many of those lately. That would be so nice. And it shows YouTube that, people care about this channel. And, one of these days, YouTube is going to start recommending me more. I want to give a huge shout out to Scott Head at Black Gumbo. He bought I don't know if you saw one of his latest videos. It was his spring garden tour. And he was wearing his late bloomer t-shirt underneath his shirt. And he went, "Hey, this is my late bloomer t-shirt. Kaye's got a great channel. Go over. I love what she's doing." And he gave me a big shout out. And then, of course, Mary's Nest gave me a big shout out. Love Mary. She's been fantastic. And so I got a nice bump from both of those, of subscribers from both of those recommendations this week. So really, really, really am grateful and appreciative. That's interesting. You should say that clay substance, because Happy is mentioning that James Prigioni, I'm not sure if it's a hard G or a soft G, Prigioni, uses a clay substance and I'm wondering, remember Charles? I did some videos with Charles at IV Organic, and he has a line of oh, the word is escaping me. He has a line of products for gardening, and he gave me a couple of boxes of his samples, and there's one in there that's a paint that you paint onto the trees. You paint it on like a wash, and you paint it onto trees. And I think maybe that may have some clay in it. And I think that helps with pests, and it certainly helps with keeping deer off. And I have some in here. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I had forgotten about that. Wait, maybe I'm a deer. What is that? What are you talking about? Thank you, Susie. I don't know if I ever had fusarium wilt. That's awful. Uh, and that's very good to know. It's every 4 years. What do you feel in your soul, Shane? Yes, Dee. I'm very fortunate that I found someone really good who's inspired. When I told him that once we get the fence and the arbor for the grapevines and the blackberry vines built, those are the next two things. Then we're going to build a greenhouse. And his eyes just lit up. A greenhouse. I said, yeah. So he's probably going to have to bring on a helper so that we can get these jobs done. Because, I am a late bloomer and I know everybody says, just, back up, just do what you can. And I'm never going to get anywhere that way because if I was quite a bit younger, I wouldn't mind. But I feel like, I've got to, if I'm going to manage all these plants, I need everything in place, as soon as I can get it. My biggest problem is it won't stop raining long enough for the soil to dry out so I can get these water projects moving forward. Ooh. What? Lab cat, I'm renovating a 25-year-old. Oh, when I first read that, I thought you were saying 25-acre city garden. You're renovating a 25-year-old, a third of an acre city garden. Well, that's fantastic. What city is it in, Lab cat? And Patricia, can you remind me where you are? Okay, the passive solar is the way I understand it. You build it into the hillside. It's got to face south. It's got to be south facing. Is that right? Um, but one whole side has to be earth. So I would have to. That would take some excavating in the front. But I have seen those actually. One time I saw one with one of those airship houses, I think. Is that what you call them? But it was out west. It was either in New Mexico or someplace like that. And it was built up against the side of the hill, and so the roof kind of went up, so the big windows came in like that. I think that's what you're talking about. But that's what I need to do. Dee, you're right. I did a video last year, and it was a comprehensive video of my garden at its most full. When I say last year, I don't mean last year. I don't mean last year. I mean 2019. And in the opening, I say a garden is never finished, and it's never finished, and it's never perfect, and it's never finished. And you're right. This one won't be either. But I just wanted to get some big things in place, like the greenhouse and the water issue. I'm sure I have more inches of water. We siphoned out that 10 inches of water for, well, I should say he did it. He siphoned it out. It was 10 inches of water under the lowest point of the house, which is under my office. And that took 2 days. And then, of course, it rained all night. Let's see. I'm way behind. Well, Dee, it's interesting you should say that because I only seeded my own tomatoes from the very first year. I never bought any nursery tomatoes, and I had so many problems. I had every kind of fungal disease, early blight, late blight. Oh gosh. Thank you, Connie. By the way, how's my apple tree? Connie has my apple tree. I wonder how that's going to look in 5 years, because it was a espalier. I was trying to think of fertilizer, the word fertilizer a while ago, Linda, and I just drew a blank. I couldn't think of it. Hello, Susan. Yeah, polyculture is what Jack practices in Epic Yard Farm 2.0 and 1.0. And that's what I want to do here. I was even thinking of from bed to bed, I wanted to do that because I have a big variety of plants in the trays. And I was thinking, just mix it all up. Don't put the celery together. Don't put this together. Don't put any things together. Just do one of this and one of that and one of this and one of that to confuse the pests. Is that what you're saying? Will it work as well, Eric, for those kinds of plants? Hello, Kathleen. I know, Linda, I saw those tree guards. Let's see, we were in Lowe's day before yesterday, and I saw those tree guards. And I thought, should I get those? They're only about that big, about that big. And I thought, you could have to squeeze them apart. And then I thought, I wonder if, they could still get close to the tree and nibble on it. All it helps to do is prevent them from scratching the trunk, I guess. But yes, he had the Charles at Ivy Organics makes that whitewash for tree trunks. Maria, thank you so much. Thank you for your super chat donation, Maria. You're a lovely, wonderful fan. I couldn't live without you. Let's see. Oh, that's nice, Dee. Yeah, I hope that I feel that way with each phase of mine. I'm just in awe of my raised beds, just even empty. Just with nothing in them. I'm just looking, and he took such pains to fill them perfectly, like he was pouring concrete. He leveled all of the soil at the edge because we knew it was going to rain last night, and it's evenly dropped down 1 inch. It's just awesome. This is what I'm thinking. I need to get my trees planted. But what if I put the trees out there and then we have a hard freeze? Is it going to kill them? Robin, that's a good point. I was able to direct sow in California, but I just put those little cabbage seedlings out there like that in 55. Just, I don't know how high it got today, but it was 55. And I went out there and they're like, "What did you do to me?" So thank you, Linda. Oh, that's right, Patricia. You and Yvonne are in upstate New York. Oh, yes, and I will be doing that, of course, Connie, for sure. What did I say? Airship? Earthship, right. Airship. Yeah, it's an airship. It floats around. Oh, wow. Oh, Lab Cat, send me an email and let me know where it is. I want to watch. I want to come and video your progress with your city garden. I could come over like 4 times during the year and show the progression. Or maybe you're already doing that. Insulated north wall. Well, let's see. That's east. That's west. That's north. Yeah, so that would be if the wall is facing east to west, then then the back of it is facing north, right? Have I got that straight? Hey, Monica. Oh, Kathy from Sparta. Oh, good. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm just really behind on editing. There's sometimes I can edit every day, and then sometimes I just go, I can't edit. I can't do it. I don't know how some channel content creators edit every single day. Like Doug, he goes out and he shoots every single day, and he comes home and edits every single night. I just. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Well, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a greenhouse on the side of the shop, but it wouldn't be exactly the right direction. It would be would be almost the same, but I'd have to take some trees down, for the sun to hit it. That's fantastic. Winter's Family Farm. You've finally got the room you want to plant what you want. Israr is asking me if I like James Taylor. If you're talking about the singer, I love James Taylor. Who doesn't? What's not to love? Who has been out of the loop for the winter? Haffy, I don't know who you're talking about. Let's see. An Audubon at home consultation. What do they do, MH? We've got 8 minutes. Claudia, that's funny. A garden is never finished. Yeah, I have to get on that as soon as, I just feel like as soon as I get the water directed around the house, I'm not going to have that water under there. So, I just can't wait for them to get over here and dig me a ditch. I mean, I may have Justin just dig me a ditch with a hoe. Hey, relatable stranger. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, Jill is making an important point. Make sure the water requirements match if you're going to mix up the plants. I've only briefly thought about irrigation because people are going, Kaye, when it dries up, you're going to be begging for water. So it won't kill the roots. I must have missed something. Well, Susie, that's what everybody said to me. Just look forward and, be where you're at and not think about what you had and all that stuff. So if you're talking to me, Daryl, I'm still on the fence about bamboo. A lot of people have poo-pooed me when I said bamboo. Son of a gun, I should know that. Wait, son of a gun, I know your name. I should your name is Jeremy, right? Is your name Jeremy? And the only reason I think so is because I think your name is the same as Jack's husband. Dara, what is our last frost date? Hey, Debbie. I bet half the people here have started tomatoes from Baker Creek. I have. I got a bunch. I haven't looked beyond the next day or two, Tess, to tell you the truth about the forecast. I just heard that we're gonna have a freeze this week. And no, I don't have anything to protect the trees if planted. There are 4 trees out there that were planted last year from previous owners. And so I don't know if one of them actually goes like that. It doesn't, I don't know. Jeff was able to like move it back and forth, and he looks at the base and he goes, that's not right. I don't know why it's doing that. So I don't know. It may be the one that's leaning. There's one of them that's leaning out there. Oh, Lab Cat, I can't wait for that problem to solve. She's talking about what will I do with all the produce. I can't wait to have that problem. I remember I had 46 pounds. One time this happened. I had 46 pounds of tomatoes in one day in my little tiny garden in California. And I happened to be leaving the next day to go on one of my travel trips to visit someone else's garden. And I happened to go and see my doctor for a routine appointment. And I was telling her about my tomatoes. She said, "Oh, I love tomatoes." And I came home and I got 2 big boxes like that and took them back down to her office and told them all to take some. Let's see. Oh, that's great, MH. I appreciate that. Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I just think I think about a cattle panel, and I think that I mean, do they really bend? They seem like fixed metal, but I guess they must bend. And I hadn't really decided on that. I'm making an arbor. we don't have a we don't have a drawing yet. Don't know exactly what I want to do, but I want to be able to use it for. It's going to start where the established 4 blackberry vines are, and it's going to go back twice as far as what's there now. 2 of them. Well, I mean the whole thing, and so I want to be able to grow all kinds of stuff on that, flowers and the blackberries. I have 3 blackberries to plant. I have 3 grapevines to plant. So, although grapevines might need some other kind of structure, because when you're growing grapes, they grow up and then you train them to grow up like that. Or is that just for wine? I don't know. I really don't know. I've never grown grapes, so I don't know anything about it. I would appreciate your help. Kathy, I know. Maddie, thank you. MH, I said I would love to have a persimmon. I would love to have a pomegranate. Those were 2 trees I really wanted in California, but I didn't have any room. Thank you, Trudy. Yes, Lauren has a greenhouse in her garden in Berlin. That's true, Dee. You make a perfect garden, but you're always working, so you never have time to like sit in and enjoy it. But you really have to. You really have to do that. You really have to make a time to sit down and enjoy it. Daryl, I'm putting my row crops below the cistern. Well, yeah, I mean, yes. Yeah, I know. Let's see. What have I missed? Oh, it's 7, guys and gals. Let's see. Well, that's what I wanted to do with my shop, Dee, is I wanted to take the what do you call it? The corrugated metal, I guess it is, the skin of it off and put in a clear, but I mean, then there would be no insulation. I don't know how I would keep it warm. I don't know. And I would have to take down a bunch of trees and then it would be totally visible from the street. And I don't know. But 8 times 24 feet. 24 feet. It was 8 feet deep and 24 feet long. My shop is 35 feet long. So, but there's a drop off there. I don't know how I could do it right there. Ooh. Oh, I do too. Relatable stranger. What's your name? That's funny, Daryl. April 18th. Okay, boy, am I behind here. I'm going to try to very, very quickly scroll down and see if anybody had any other questions. Oh, that's a great idea. Yes, I'm sure I'll be giving some away. I'm sorry, guys. And gals. I should do that. I should do that. I don't know. What do you grow the Concord grapes on, Daryl? Because I don't remember. Did you have them on the side, that thing that you're taking down? I can't remember if that's where it was. Hey, Tony, I'm sorry, we're just getting off. I just was trying to see if there was any other. I love Concords. Oh, I love Concords. I love to make grape jelly. I saw that joke. Ecocentric. That was funny. I mean, Rebecca didn't think so, but let's see. Chain link fence. See, I don't have a chain link fence, but I could put up something. It froze in California, Connie? Oh my goodness. Oh, country homestead preacher. Glad you joined. We're just getting off though. I was just trying to see the last few comments. Sean, hi Sean. Okay, see you, Claudia. Thank you. Tony, I was just thinking this, because my grass it's either time to mow my grass or put an animal out there to eat it. And the only animal I would consider is a hair sheep. 2 hair sheep, 2 females. And I would do that in a heartbeat because Patricia has hair sheep, but which I could buy from her or whatever, but I have to have a fence. And, fences cost money. And I got a lot of area to fence so that they don't get in the road or get lost or whatever. So I think I'm probably going to have to just mow for now. And I hate to, but how do you install a cattle panel standing up? I remember years ago, one revolution, Patrick in Chicago. He had a fantastic backyard garden, and he grew tomatoes up the long way of a cattle panel. But I forget how. I guess he just used rebar to hold it up. Yes, Tony, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go. We're going to have our next live stream, everybody, on Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to try this. Get off of that morning thing because I know everybody's either out going to church or they're in the garden on Sunday mornings, especially if the weather's nice. So I'm going to be doing the 5 p.m. Had like 200 people, twice as many people on at 5 o'clock on Sunday. And I know it's different on Wednesday because people are getting off work and stuff all over the place. But anyway, I appreciate all of you. If this is the first time you've been to my channel, I hope you subscribe. I hope to continue to entertain, inform, enlighten, and inspire everyone with learning how to homestead here in my Tennessee property. So thank you so much for joining the live stream. Thank you again, Haffy, for your super chat donation. And I appreciate all of you. And please watch my videos. I have a new one up today. I'll have another one up tomorrow. And God bless you and have a great week. Bye, Tony. I'm sorry.